everybody, I'm the Picklesworth, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Along with Piggy. We're starting out over here by this building right here, the bank, which is actually a secret structure, or it's a structure hiding a secret lair underground where we use to separate a whole bunch of unstackable items. Now, last episode, we didn't do a whole lot of specific building. Tried something a little bit different where I had a whole bunch of tasks built up that needed to be taken care of, a bunch of mundane tasks. And that was a really, really long episode, and it took a lot out of me. And I realized I think I'd bitten off more than I could chew. Do we chew spruce wood? No. Coal? No. But we do have potatoes. But I can't chew anymore. But check this out. Okay, we'll address this in a second, but watch. If I run through torches, the sound of grass. Running through a meadow. But watch this. Piggy be nimble, Piggy be quick. Piggy's going to run over candlesticks, and listen to the sound now. That's a rather odd phenomenon. It makes it sound like I'm parkouring over 2 or 3 of the wooden pieces of the torches. That has got to be a glitch. Some very, very strange glitch going on indeed. But yeah, this is a build that I have worked out in a creative world just to figure out how I want to build it and the dimensions. And in the creative world, I had no context. It's a big flat world that I can just work with and build whatever I want. So I came into this world with the dimensions and laid it out with torches because this is going to be our municipal district. This is a district that is more run by a governmental body or, say, like taxes collected amongst the town. All the money is collected and goes towards civil services, stuff like that. So in following along with that, I wanted to make a build that would do something functional, but also look really, really nice and kind of fit the theme of what municipal... Okay, that's the iron farm. I'm like, what is that? Fit the theme of municipal builds, which are usually very elegant or very largesse, a very big structure. And it's a very big structure indeed. It's like 26 blocks by 50. And I'm still at a loss as to what exactly I want to do right here because Okay. Oh, I'm hearing the squid swim. I'm like, there's no moving water around here, I don't think. But I think the back of the building is a little bit more narrow than the front. Not by much. So I have still yet to figure out how exactly I want to handle this. We may do like some kind of a retaining wall, so it looks like it's holding back the structure. We might build some kind of a road that comes around this side, so it's like a river walk or something like that. Not quite sure yet. But what I do know is I've just about bitten off more than I could chew again, just like last episode. This thing's enormous. This thing's huge. So I think I'm going to try and accomplish this structure in 2 episodes, and we're going to build part of it in this episode. I really like how this one turned out, where we worked on the underground bits, the stuff that was going to do all of the technicals, and I'm going to try and do that with this episode, but we're also going to do something else with this structure. So that there's somewhat of a payoff. So that you have somewhat of an idea of what in the world is going on here. But I have a ridiculous amount of materials to gather up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start gathering some stuff. I'm going to bring you back and I'm going to show you the process. I know you've seen gathering materials before, and that's not very exciting. But what I want you to do is watch the stuff I'm gathering. And I want you to see if you can... There we go. Now I didn't bite off more than I could chew. I stopped right when I was full. But I want you to look at the materials I'm gathering. I want you to see if you can figure out what in the world am I trying to build over there. So we're just going to kind of enjoy this process. It's going to be just a slightly different episode than normal. We're just going to enjoy the process and playing the game together and not overwhelm Piggy so he doesn't lose his mind. So I'm going to sleep the night away so I can make it daytime and make it safe. We're going to start gathering up some materials, and I promise there will be progress. It's not just going to be watching Piggy chop down trees and dig up redstone, although those are 2 materials that I do need. So just stick with me. Just trust me. I'm going to try and see if I can make this interesting and fun to watch. So I'm going to get myself sorted out, and I will meet you over there in just a moment. Dancing, dancing, dancing. He's a dancing pig. Oh, man, he's a disco king is what he is. You just keep on, buddy. Just dance to your heart's content. And look, he's got an audience. They don't want to attack me. They want to watch. Now, I get the feeling that this farm could be a little bit more efficient. There's a bunch of these little magma cubes showing up. And I think Snow Crash had an addition to this farm where he placed some iron golems out on the outer perimeter. I think I'm going to have to do that at some time. But we've got the machine shut off, so we're safe to go. And it is a lot of noise up here. Gosh, you people are noisy. So we're going to hop down here. You can see I've got 128 levels. Wow. And nothing to enchant. Isn't that the way it goes? Boy, and we just got junk falling down in here. So let's go ahead. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and collect up some of this mess. Now, this is another thing I've noticed. I don't know if it's me using Optifine or if it's something going on with the game. I'm going to hold Shift and click on the gold ingot. Okay, it didn't do it that time, but it did it right there. So this is weird. I can make a block of gold, but I can make a block of gold. So I don't know why we have two options. Now I can right click and choose one or the other. I want that. I'm going to hold Shift. So there we go. And let's see, can we do it again? Nope. Okay, there we go. So I don't know if that's a glitch. I don't know what the deal is, but it seems like they added this to the game, but they didn't quite give it a whole lot of thought. Like, these items seem like they have a tendency to appear as you're unlocking the recipe. So if you go in an illogical order making the recipes, then I don't know. You get stuck with all these weird out of order kind of recipe things going on. So let's do that. And I'm gonna go ahead and just toss the rest of this junk back in here. Ooh, that is what I'm talking about. That's what we want. Take a bunch of this with me. Now, there's one other thing I need to address here since I'm here. I've noticed every once in a blue moon that an ingot will make its way over here into these chests, and that's a little annoying because this 100 sword cooker I've got down here, every once in a while, an ingot will make its way down in there, and an ingot doesn't cook. So it just sits there, and it uses up the lava, and the swords don't get cooked. There should be nuggets down there. I'm going to resist the urge to get it. Plus, I've got a different design that I came up with after I built this, and I have a tutorial for it, and it's a much better design. So I'm at one point, we're going to need to tear this out and redo the design. And I think what I'm going to do is put a locking mechanism on a storage system for swords. And what it's going to let me do is I'll inspect all of the chests before we send the thing off to start cooking, because I need to ensure that there hasn't been a hiccup in the game that allowed the game to somehow let an ingot into the system and mess the whole thing up, kind of like make it not do what it's supposed to do. So we're going to run through here, run through the bird. Now, I also need to do an AFK session over here at some point for these little noisy guys so that we can get some more villagers going. I haven't noticed any new villagers. Not for a while. Okay. Now, I haven't spent a whole lot of time over here where we could get villagers. Like, I spent a lot of time building this and noticed a few villagers in the process. But since then, haven't seen any more. So that could be what's going on. But these two fellows right here. These two fellows are my new friends. Hello, Mr. Cleric. Whoa. You decided very quickly to run out of a trade. Uh-oh. And I'm just jam-packed with a whole bunch of junk. Let's go ahead and do this, because this is... Will you regen? Will you regenerate? You shake your head yes, but you don't do anything. So let's come over here. And this is what we've been trying to gather up. A ton of glowstone and a ton of bookshelves. I think I actually have enough glowstone now. So that's good. But I think I need about 1.5 times the amount of bookshelves that we've got going on right now. So I'm gonna make this little delivery over here, and I'm gonna do more trading off camera. I'm not really happy with the fact that that little bit of rotten flesh is right down there, but it's only about half a stack. So I think we'll call it for now. It'll be okay. And what else did I need? that all is good. I'm going to need this spruce wood. Let's go ahead and take this junk because it doesn't need to be here. Is there anything else? I think this will all be okay for now. I've got a chest up at the surface with a bunch of stuff in it. Now this, I got an empty map because I was over here trading with a cartographer. It's the first time I've ever done this. Now I don't have... Where did you go? Maybe it's on the other side. Or are you over here and I've shut... No? It's going to be across the way, I guess. Now, I need to get a list that tells me the prices for cartographers so that I know if I'm getting a good price or not. I think this is the one. Is this the one that I unlocked? No, this is a librarian. Cartographer, where are you? Are you here? Librarian. Which will be important when we get a paper farm going. I know. It'd be a sugarcane farm, right? But we're going to convert it to paper. Cartographer, here we go. So this is what I got to figure out. You're not the right one. You're messing up my flow here, buddy. Okay, I know there's one. I'm not crazy. I'm not losing my mind here. Are you a... Huh? Okay, I'm going to try one more time, and if we can't find it, we're just going to go ahead and go on our way. So let's see. You watch. Watch you be the one. Yep, okay, so here we go. So here's what I've noticed. We have an Ocean Explorer map number 16 and a Woodland Explorer map number 17. Now I've got that empty map because we had to buy one to get to this point. So does this mean that if I bought this map and this map from this cartographer that would be it? That I would have to get other cartographers to get the other maps like 1 through 15 and 1 through 16 for the Woodland stuff? Or does it mean that once I buy that map from them, that I get, like a new map becomes optional or available? I don't know. Ooh, you loud minecart. These minecarts for some reason always seem like they're way louder than they need to be. Always looking for attention is what I think they're doing. We're going to go back over here. I was going to make a run to the wood farm, but we've got some wood, so I think that's going to be good. And made a rhyme at the same time. Whoa. Look at Piggy go. Wow. I know, they're simple and cheap rhymes. You come here. Oh, great. All right, so good thing we've got a Silk Touch pickaxe. We can place that there. We can do this. Now, I got to do this manual every time. I have an invention I haven't decided to put on the channel yet. But I do have an invention that's going to finalize that and let us actually use it the way it was intended to do. And an episode or two ago, I had mentioned something about kind of having some nostalgia for using minecarts with track as like an actual minecart system to ride on, like a train. So it might be a fun idea to have it where that minecart system underground actually brings us up to the surface. So it's connected. So we don't necessarily have to take the elevator if we don't want to. The only downside is that minecart collection system at the bottom wouldn't actually collect that minecart and send it back. So eventually, if we use the system too much, we'd run out of minecarts. Now, I could do an option where we could have it take us to the portal, or it could bring us up to the surface. That's always an option for the future. But we finally made our way over here. I have been working on terraforming and lifting the ground up. Okay, there's where the sun is for now. And this is the area that we've got to work with. This is giving you an idea about how big this build is going to be. Now, let's see here. I had seen somebody... I want to say it was Pixel Riffs. I had seen somebody use note blocks for flooring, and it looked really, really cool. So I think we have to just make one. Okay, and then we get the recipe, and yeah, it's going to be a redstone. So let's go ahead and do this, and ooh, that only gave me 29? Do we have any more wood? Oh gosh, I blew through that quick. I think I counted I needed 4 stacks of logs to build what I needed to do for the flooring. So let's see here. Now, the trick is to place the blocks without ever pointing at them again, because if you do, you're going to set off the note, like, which isn't going to matter because we're not ever going to have like a redstone underneath to activate it. But nope. Wow, that went a lot quicker than I thought it would. Come here, you. But it's just kind of funny that you're trying to place these blocks and it keeps boop, boop, boop. I was going to say it makes a click noise, I think, because the stone is underneath it. But I've got a pattern I'm going to do on the floor with this, and it makes it look like a, to me it looks kind of like tile or rubber mats or something like that. And then we're going to come back over here, glowstone. Okay. And let's go ahead and do this, because I do need some redstone. I had went mining, because I thought I was just about out of redstone. Found quite a bit underground, but also at the same time found that I had some stashed away that I forgot about. So let's see here. Have we ever made... Oh, we have made redstone lamps. Awesome. So let's go ahead and get 11 of those. And do I have any stone? Yes, we do. So basically what I'm going to do here is try to give you a little bit of an example of what I'm going to do. And then I'll do the majority of the building off camera just because it's going to be kind of boring to watch. Like this right now, watching Piggy take a nap. There we go. All right, so along this area right here, now this is open underneath, just temporary. I'm going to place these redstone lamps like this. They're going to go along the edge, and they're going to go along the edge there because I need lighting in the room, but I'm always trying to figure out ways to do lighting, but at the same time to hide the lighting so that we don't have to see it. That's one of them silly little things about Minecraft survival. So now right now it's going to go off, but see, even when we step on it, like, look, it's turned on, right? And stepping on it, we can barely make out a lit up border around it. But when you look at it from this way, it just looks like a floor with these little bitty stone things on it. Now these stone things are going to be just ever so slightly out of the way of the path. Like the main path we'll walk on will go right through here. So these will just look like stone buttons, or not stone buttons, but stone pressure plates on the ground. You won't really notice the redstone lamps underneath them. Now what I'm going to do is I've got myself a little tunnel. I didn't prep correctly. I should have brought myself some switches, but I didn't. Where is it? I've got a way to get down there. I bet it's right over here. Now this is a mess. This is going to have to get all backfilled and fixed. Right now we've got a little mob farm going. But basically what I'm going to do is come back in here and get me some switches, and we're just going to put them on each of these and flick them so that way those lamps will be on. So that's going to give us our interior lighting for the build. So what I need to do now is I need to run over to the tree farm and get significant more logs than I have so we can put in this flooring and go ahead and see if we can get this lighting all going. Because what I would like to accomplish before the end of the episode is to at least get the floor set up. And maybe this thing right here. Just so that everything's starting to take shape and make a little bit more sense. And then we can spend next episode focusing on throwing the structure up. not like bleh, not throwing the structure up, but actually like building it. Yeah. Wrong choice of words there, Peggy. All right, so I'm going to gather up some more materials and get a little more building done, and I'm going to bring you back and let you see some of the progress. It sounds like my tummy's growling. There it goes again, but I'm not hungry. What is the deal with that? So I have done a little bit with the flooring. Went ahead and got all the note blocks in. We've got all the pressure plates and the lights in. And, oh, look, redstone. Yep, there's going to be redstone in this build. Like most of the builds that I do, there's going to be redstone. Let's see here. Do I have... I don't need that, don't need that. I do need this, some of that, and some of this spruce wood. Okay, so right here in the middle of this room, we're going to have like a little showcase center. Now, it's not going to make sense until the build is completely done. And once I get the build finished, then I'll show you what this showcase center is going to be about. But I like this idea because it's going to let me frequent this area, and we're actually going to change up what goes in the center of this from time to time. It'll be something fun that we can come over and mess with. Now, I may have to trim a few of these later. I can't remember exactly all of the spots that these need to go. I think it goes right here, yeah. And I'm building a little bit because I'm trying to burn some time. I want to see if I can be here when night falls, because I want you to see, nightfall so that you can see how all of this is lit up. Because look, it just looks like flooring, right? It just looks like flooring, but the flooring is actually lighting the area rather spectacularly, I must say. Now, this room right here was a little bit more of a challenge. At first, I had upside down stairs around this, making it look more like a pedestal area, but it just wasn't giving off any light. There wasn't enough light in the room. So I went ahead and I swapped it for solid blocks and put this. Now, I was using white quartz, and it looked really cool. But I went back to the gray blocks. I know it seems like there is just a lot of gray in this build and in this area. But it ends up working out because what I'm going to be putting in this spot in my test world where I tried out the build, it looked great because the pedestal no longer drew your eye's attention. Instead, your eyes looked at what was on the pedestal. Ooh, I missed a spot right there. How could I do that? Here, let's put some dirt. Which is a big deal for a pig to put some dirt right there because, you know, we value our dirt. Let's see, did I get it all the way around? Nope, I think right here. And I may have to come back off camera and finish up a little bit of this as well because I can't remember exactly how it's got to go. I got to reference my pictures. But what we're going to do is we're going to go around to each one of these spots, and we're going to put lighting. Now I'm just going to use glowstone. I guess I could go ahead and do that now. I'm probably going to need more glowstone than what I've got. I must have miscounted somehow because I've got all of the. See, we're almost already running out, and the inside of the build has got some glowstone up in the ceiling as well. 4 right here. Okay, that'll work, and we'll just save that for later. That is going to give us kind of an indicator of what the lighting levels and everything is going to look like for over here. So right over here at this spot, I might have enough. I do now. These two little zones right here are just going to have your standard spruce flooring. Nothing spectacular, because there's going to be a lot more things for your eyes to see in this area. So I didn't really want that flooring right there to have a specific design. But right in here, in this area, we do have a design that I want to use. Now, I've got to do some of this dark oak, get it turned into planks. There we go, and get this out of here. Get our hotbar situated so that we can actually build. And let's see here. Let me make sure I do this right. So it's going to go spruce, dark, spruce, spruce, dark, spruce. I think that's right. And then we're going to draw a pattern like this. And then we're going to fill in the edging with spruce like that. And we will just tile this little pattern over and over and over again. So it's going to go like that. And I'm not too concerned about, see how as we run into objects that it I guess you could say it's breaking up the pattern. It's not that big of a deal, because what ends up happening is the, make sure we're doing this right. The flooring itself gives your eye something to look at pattern-wise, but at the same time gives way to other details. So see, like this. See how we see the flooring, but at the same time it allows you to see the other stuff? We don't push the other stuff out of the way. We just let the flooring exist kind of underneath, like everything got placed on top of it. So let's see here. I can see you, son. You're going down. So we're just going to buy ourselves a few more seconds here, And then we can see the spectacular look of this area all lit up. Now, it won't have the spectacularness of having a finalized floor, but I think we can get the general notion anyway. Like that, and then right here, like that. That's not looking too bad. We have some kind of a semblance of what it's going to look like. There goes my tummy again, rumbling like crazy. So it's getting significantly dark, and we can see that this area right here is lit up. And that area is lit up. Let's let it get really dark. And while it's doing that, I need to go ahead and get myself this. I guess I don't need the crafting bench for that, but we'll definitely do this. This area right in here, we're going to go ahead and have carpets on top of. One, it's going to ensure that no mobs try to spawn there. And some of these carpets are overkill. I'll have to remove them at some point. Let's go ahead and do this right here, because this definitely needs to have it. But the other thing that it's doing is it's adding just a little bit of extra detail, kind of a visual trim or a border, an outline, if you will, that I think helps give a little bit of extra detail to the room. Come here, carpet. You're going to be needed. So see, it gives a little bit more detail, kind of like a border and outline, and it forces your eye to look more at the green, kind of pushing it to a focal point like that. But see how lit up this area is? And you can't see where the lights are. Like I said, I'm going to have glowstone blocks in here, so it's going to kind of kill the notion that we're going to completely hide light blocks. That wasn't my point. I wanted the room to stay lit, but I wanted the light blocks to be kind of higher up off the ground. But I wanted it to feel like, even though those blocks were farther away, that the room still stayed lit. And let's show you what this does. It opens and closes. I don't open and close anything right now because there's nothing there. But soon there shall be. And let's do this. Let us, I guess I got enough blocks, don't I? I think it's safe. Let's just go. No, don't eat potatoes. Not at a time like this. We need to get up here and get safe. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, I built this roof with upper half slabs, so we should be safe. But there you go. That is the size of the building. That's how big this thing is going to be. It's just enormous. But I really think it's going to be a cool build when it all comes together. But this is going to be your project for today. Not a half-finished build. Not a mystery build. But the floor. The floor has kind of taken center stage. Oh, but I'm ching. But the floor has definitely taken center stage on this build and for this episode. And what I want you to do is I want you to come up with some different floor designs, different things that you've used in your builds that are not conventional blocks for flooring. And I want you to take pictures of that and tweet it out to me so I can tweet it out for everybody else to see. We can share each other's floor ideas with each other and maybe challenge each other to work with some blocks you don't normally use when you're trying to do flooring. So flooring is the word, flooring is the project. But I'm going to get back to working on this. I'm going to get to gathering some more material, probably some more glowstone, do a little bit more trading with the villagers, get ready for next episode, and I hope to see you then in the next episode.